Okay, I'm going to read my first Animal Jam creepypasta. It's called Heartstring Cotton Candy. I had just logged on to Animal Jam when I noticed that the Summer Carnival was going on. There really wasn't much else for me to do at the moment, so I decided to go there. It seemed to look just as it always did, with all the fun, ticket-winning carnival games and the cheery, colorful tints. I was about to play some games when I noticed something odd. A crimson stain on the tint which held the cotton candy creating game. I was curious of how it had got there. I didn't remember noticing it during previous years when I had been at the carnival, but I didn't really pay much attention to that game in the first place, so it could have been there all along, since I never really played that game all too much. Since it was in my mind, I decided to go ahead and create some cotton candy, so I clicked on the little game icon. After it loaded, it showed the screen with all the various delicious-looking flavors of cotton candy to choose from. I may not have really played that game too much, but I did happen to notice that Animal Jam HQ must have added a new flavor. Once I looked upon the new flavor, I gagged in disgust. It didn't have any label to tell what flavor it was, but it didn't have to for me to revolt at the sight of it. The new flavor was made of strange blood-red strands, and it oozed a crimson liquid. Why would Animal Jam add that? I thought, feeling queasy. I attempted to choose another flavor, but for some strange reason, I wasn't able to click any of them. I guess I just won't play this then, I decided, clicking on the exit button, but nothing happened. I wasn't even able to log out. My only choice was the mysterious, strangely meaty-looking flavor. As I hovered my mouse over it, I couldn't help but wince at the disgusting sight. I clicked it. Unlike the other flavors, this click worked, and my animal, a brown Arctic wolf with cream splotches, appeared back at the carnival. Next to my animal was the unsightly cotton candy. My stomach turned as I looked closer at it. The cotton candy was still stringy and meaty. The crimson liquid continuously leaked out, dripping onto the ground around my animal. I doubted it, but I tried moving to hopefully make it go away. It still followed my animal, and, as my animal trekked through the puddle of vermilion, left a red trail of paw prints behind it. It was then when I noticed that I was the only animal in the carnival. Suddenly, for some reason, the screen became a cutscene. My animal gazed hungry at its revolting cotton candy, and it wolfed down a large bite. The carmine fluid ran from its mouth to its furry cheeks. Somehow, I then knew that the ooze was blood. Why would that be put in a children's game? And what kind of cotton candy leaks out blood, I wondered, feeling sick at the thought. The cutscene continued. My Arctic wolf, muzzle bloody, abruptly collapsed onto the ground. For a few moments, the screen was black and silent. An animation then showed from my wolf's point of view. My animal opened her eyes and almost instantly widened them at the sight before her. She must have been inside the cotton candy tent, because of the cotton candy that lined most of the walls, but it was much more disturbing than that. On one of the walls there were shelves upon shelves of organs, mostly still pumping hearts. Now my second question was answered. Although I had long since muted my sound, I could hear the presence of someone, or something, else in the room, rustling nearby my animal. Some sort of bird creature approached, gripping on what seemed to be a blood-stained surgeon's saw. I couldn't believe my eyes. The bird, a gray heron, was Myra. A twisted smile spread across her beak, which was leaking crimson. My animal began to flail around, obviously trying to escape, but to no avail. My Arctic wolf appeared to be strapped to a metal table. Myra chuckled evilly before speaking. "No need to do that, darling. I'm doing this for the good of Jama." My confusion and fear rose again as my animal began to talk in a woman's voice. "How is this supposed to help Jama?" She once again struggled against the metal straps holding her down, before Mira responded. "Well, part of you's going to be an ingredient in our best-selling cotton candy." She shrugged. I knew that the only reason it was best-selling was that users had no choice but to choose it. I could hear my wolf gasp as Mira chuckled and clutched the surgeon's saw in her wing, advancing toward her. Blood splattered across the screen as Myra slashed my animal's face. The screen went dark, but I could do nothing to stop hearing the deafening shrieks of pain as Mira slaughtered the Arctic wolf. After the bone-chilling noises had ended, the cutscene reappeared. On a table in the center of the room was my animal's heart, still pumping blood. And out of the corner of the screen I could see my shredded Arctic wolf, its flesh and fur torn and bloody, and its ribcage ripped out. I knew that the heart would become an ingredient in the dreadful heartstring cotton candy.